Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Troy. Hey, listen, Donald Trump just continues to prove why he is the biggest threat to American democracy today. He's called Joe Biden an enemy of the state. He's been putting out Q conspiracy theories, posting Q conspiracy theories on Truth Social, his failing social media platform. And check out this video. This is Ashli Babbitt's mother. She's having a pro-January 6th insurrectionist rally outside of a D.C. jail that Trump calls into. Check out what he says on the phone with Ashli Babbitt's mother.
Thank you for calling in. You're on. Go.
Okay. Well, Micki, it's an honor to be with you and to everybody listening. It's a terrible thing that has happened to a lot of people that are being treated very, very unfairly. We love Ashli, and it was so horrible what happened to her. That man shot Ashli is a disgrace. And then he goes on television, and it looked like he was actually bragging about it. There's never been a thing like this has happened in our country. And I just want to tell everybody that's listening, we're with you. We're working with a lot of different people on this, and we can't let this happen. This has never happened before. You look at all of the riots that took place for the last long period of time, not just in 2020, the last long period of time, and almost nothing has happened to those people. And what they're doing here is a disgrace. It's a disgrace to our country, and it just cannot be allowed to happen, and it cannot be allowed to continue. So I just want to say to everybody, everybody's working on it, and I very much appreciate, Micki, you're asking me to just speak to everybody, but we cannot allow this to happen to our country. So God bless everybody. We are working very hard.
All right, let's be clear about this, okay? Ashli Babbitt is a domestic terrorist. Ashli Babbitt attacked the Capitol. She was trying to get into the Speaker's Lounge where she could presumably harm members of our government that were hiding in that area of the Capitol. And she was shot by a Capitol police officer who was doing their job. And this is the man who wants to be president of the United States praising domestic terrorists. Donald Trump fully supports the January 6th insurrection. He incited it. He supports those people. He's behind them. He's talked about pardoning them. He's talked about pardoning members of Congress who also were involved in that insurrection. This is a full-on domestic terrorist movement that we have that's trying to take over our democracy in the United States. It's a fascist, it's a violent fascist movement, and their leader, Donald Trump, is egging it on, and he wants to see more of it. He wants to see more terrorism. He wants to see more violence, because that's how he wins. That's how the only way that these fascists win is through violence. But it's not even just Donald Trump. It's the entire MAGA fascist party. They put this up on the banner at CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference. They're not even trying to hide the fact that they're embracing domestic terrorism, that they're embracing violence.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are all domestic terrorists.
But it's so typical that the people that are supposed to back the blue and be pro-police and pro-law enforcement and pro-law and order, when it comes to something like this, it's clear who they're siding with. They're siding with the terrorists, not with the cops. You heard what Trump said about the police officer that shot Ashli Babbitt, doing his job, protecting the Capitol, protecting members of our government from the armed insurrectionists who were trying to overthrow our government and kill members of Congress. That police officer did his job. Ashli Babbitt was a domestic terrorist, and Donald Trump is siding with terrorists over police officers, calling police officers terrible people, inciting potentially more violence from his supporters against police officers. We've seen this before. It's only a matter of time before this happens again, and Trump is supporting it. These people tried to overthrow the government of the United States. It's that simple. They're domestic terrorists who are trying to use violence against our country, violence against law enforcement. No level of whataboutism is going to excuse the fact that Trump supports domestic terrorism. And the Republican MAGA fascist movement is relying now on extremist groups, relying on their violence to try and take control of our government. We have to be ever vigilant in defense of our democracy, because the fascist movement in this country has made no qualms about the fact that they are willing to use violence to achieve their political aims. We're going to fight for our democracy. We're going to fight back against these MAGA fascists, these domestic terrorists, but we're going to do it the right way. We're going to do it by showing up and voting in November. For MeidasTouch, this is Troy. Remember to smash that subscribe button to keep supporting independent media.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs. It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser. At store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.